Oregon's indoor mask mandate is set to expire this February, but if health officials in the state get their way, the rules could be in place for good as they consider making that rule permanent. The Oregon Health Authority explaining, quote, permanent means indefinite. It doesn't necessarily mean permanent. We can repeal it as well, but we are only allowed to have a temporary rule for 180 days. And anything that goes beyond 180 days, we cannot extend it. Alek Skarlatos is running for Congress from the state of Oregon. He joins us now to discuss. Alex, great to see you this morning. So it's set to expire. If they make it permanent, Alex, then it's sort of at their discretion on when to sunset this provision. So masks until the authorities say no more for Oregon. What say you?
I say that's ridiculous. I think we should have the most local government possible controlling these mask mandates. Again, there's no one saying that you have to wear a mask wherever you go, but to have it mandated by someone in a state office or a federal office or anything like that, I believe is crazy. These COVID infection rates are different all across the country and all across inside of each state. So I don't know why state or federal government is mandating anything. And I find it incredibly hypocritical when Nancy Pelosi and Joe Biden can't even obey their own mask mandates, but they expect all of us to at the drop of a hat.
Yeah, that is a fascinating dichotomy. Here they are over and over again. Of course, it's not just Pelosi and Biden. We can look at almost every Democratic mayor who doesn't obey the exact mandates they now seek, at least in Oregon, to make permanent. Let's take a quick look at the timeline of this indoor mask mandate. So June 2020, that's when the first mask mandate was issued for indoor public spaces. June 21, the mandate was actually lifted. And then August, it was reissued. It was supposed to, as we said, sunset in February, but now extending it out. You know, here's what's funny, Alek. You're in Oregon, and you point out the hypocrisy. You know, this is supposedly a democratic process. So when do people look at this and go, if they don't obey it, how dare they make it permanent?
Well, I wish people would wake up and do that with a lot of things, not just mask mandates. I mean, it's a huge overreach in my opinion, and unfortunately that's what happens in a lot of these states like Oregon and California and New York, where you have one-party rule from just about top to bottom, almost every office, and hopefully we're going to change that this year in 2022. And I mean, I want Republicans across the country to not only repeal a lot of these mask mandates, which I believe are unconstitutional, but go on the offense and actually expand our rights outside of just these coronavirus lockdowns and go on the offense for a change.
Alek, I don't know how you feel about it always accompanying your name, but in my mind, it should never not be mentioned. If you're familiar with Alek, and he looks familiar, he's obviously running for Congress. He's with us this morning. He's also one of the heroes that stopped the terror attack on the train in France some years ago, turned into a movie that was directed by Clint Eastwood. Alek, thank you for your service. Thank you for that moment, for your heroism, and thanks for being with us this morning.
Just trying to stay alive. Thank you.
I'm Steve Doocy.
I'm Brian Kilmeade.
And I'm Ainsley Earhart. And click here to subscribe to the Fox News YouTube page to catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis.